this is Ree here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate all of you. All praises to Kali Ma. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. I can help you with anything. And if you would like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. We're going to be talking about the new moon happening on November 13th and what this will mean for you and the world. Now, this new moon will be happening in Libra, in the nakshatra Vishaka. This one is quite different because we have the sun and moon and also Mars at an exact conjunction. When we have Mars at an exact conjunction, that is an indicator in mundane astrology of violence, aggressive acts, war. Mars in Libra is likened to a Mars-Venus conjunction because Libra is ruled by Venus, which is also likened to a Gandanta point because we have fire and Venus is exalted in Pisces, which is water. So this is a point of challenge. This is also a point of there could be some very serious acts that can occur. This can create problems in relationships, domestic violence, fights in romantic or business partnerships. Mars is aspecting Taurus, also showing us a transformation, death, or rebirth in the matters of finance, wealth, relationships, and possessions. Vishaka is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Aries with Rahu at the Gandanta point as well. So this is a point of great challenge. I use the true node, by the way. In case you use the mean node is already in Pisces. Mercury is the 12th and 9th house lord. It will be in the 2nd house. And money will come to those who teach spirituality, those who are in occult matters as well. People want to hear more about religion, about philosophy, in a factual, evidence-based way. Less emotion and compassion, as Venus will be in the 12th house in detriment, in Virgo. For astrologers, this will mean that they will have a lot of clients that will like more prediction information rather than comforting. So videos that speak on these kind of matters will increase in views. New laws will be put in place to minimize losses. If you are in a business that deals with foreign lands or foreign trade, you will receive monetary gains. Some can also gain through networking and friendships as well. Some friendships can also turn into clients, as Mercury is in Anuradha Nakshatra, which is all about friendship. Music and arts will also benefit from this pada, or speaking about these things, or communicating, doing podcasts, things of that nature. Vishaka evokes a wide variety of English meanings: forked, two-branched, poison vessel, and the alternative name is Radha, which translates into delightful. The forked and the two-branch have to do with different paths that you must decide to go on, and I'll speak more about that. When it comes to poison vessel, this reminds me a lot of what's happening in the war. The symbol is a decorated arch or a gateway, which are used in marriage ceremonies in India. We also use them here as well. It also symbolizes triumph and an ending after a goal has been reached and a beginning of a new goal. So just like after you get married, it's been accomplished, but now you have the challenges of living together as a married couple, putting your lives together. It is also triumph over an enemy or our own inner demons. It's a new direction. It disregards the means to achieve a goal. So by any means necessary, as they say. This is something that we should be cautious of as we have Mars in this nakshatra, which can resort to violence or aggressive acts if it's necessary, just like the situation in war. There could be a sense of obsession to achieve this goal. This can result in losses as the ascendant lord is placed in the 12th house in detriment, Venus. This can include hospitalizations and death. Venus is in detriment, lacking compassion and love that it usually has, and now doing whatever it can by logical means without thinking of the common man or having the empathy that it usually has. The main ruling deities are Indra and Agni. Agni is the fire god. So these acts of violence could also include fire. Indra is indulgent. He enjoys the company of women, alcohol, and the luxuries of life. This may cause a separation for some in relationships, as Venus is in detriment in the 12th house. Some may end these relationships due to fights. This could also be verbal, or this could be physical. These fights can also be caused because of issues of deception. For some, the love is already gone, so it makes logical sense now to leave. Compassion is lost for their partner, or their partner has lost compassion for them. And this is why they're indulging in such activities outside the relationship or marriage. Some companies may have to let go of employees because of their lack of focus on the job. This can include businesses that deal with the law as well. When it comes to war, people will be put in danger. The governments will not care and will just see this as casualties of war instead of people. They are not being honest with what's really happening. Some will be acting violently, but inside they are truly cowards. It's easy to give orders when you're not the one fighting the war. With K2 and Libra, these Mars acts can be a lot worse. Explosive, terroristic attacks can occur, which will affect the people of these countries and their reputations, their government, their leaders, and celebrities as well. There could be attacks at celebrations and gatherings, also marriage ceremonies. National treasuries could be affected, and this could also affect southern countries. Burning grief, burning desire, and burning passion are some of the themes that sum up this nakshatra. On a positive note, this could give courage to a lot of people to finally go after their desires or goals. And this could be in the matters of business, relationships, contracts, anything to do with foreign places or people will be successful, and spirituality as well, as I mentioned above. Agni and Indra rule over heat and rain. The possibility of a national disaster is high from these elements, and these could involve fire and water. Agriculture could also be affected, and alcohol beverage companies. Accidents can occur while drinking. Do not drink or do drugs while driving, especially during this time. It can completely alter the course of your life if you choose to do so. You've been warned. Many will feel unsatisfied and unloved. Remember, this is just a temporary feeling. Never make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. This can lead to frustration even if a goal is accomplished. A feeling of now what can occur. This means you are too attached to the physical world, and meditation is greatly needed in order to see the truth. You may be presented with two different paths at this time. Make sure you choose the right one. One will be of truth and higher mind. One will be of ego and indulgence. There could be a feeling of achieving a goal, but also, is this really what I wanted? Mars, being the 7th house lord, can also indicate enemies coming to your door. The 7th house is open warfare and battles, public enemies, international disputes, international affairs, and disputes over money, property will turn aggressive. Some relationships can turn deadly or violent. Some may have courage to finally address their competitors head on. There will be karma to face in the matters of entertainment, gambling, stock exchange, schools, education, children, and public investments. Romance will be subdued, especially with the position of Venus and Saturn in the 5th house. It's more about logic than love. The pleasures of the homeland can be limited. Weather disasters could affect these areas. Prime ministers, presidents, rulers could be limiting these things and be very serious at this time. Matters of communication, transport, health, debt, and war are being revised by judges, ministers, foreign affairs, government officials in the matters of international disputes, warfare, marriages, divorces, foreign policies, and the previous pandemic. So for the countries, this is how it will affect them. Palestine, this will directly affect its ascendant and the country as a whole and the condition of the country. Saturn is currently conjunct its descendant, bringing karma of war. This can bring attacks to the homeland and losses. Israel, this will be in the 2nd house where natal K2 is. This can indicate losses in the matter of the financial condition of the country and international wealth. By November 28th, K2 will conjunct its ascendant, and it will be a great loss for Israel, but also foreign partnerships. For the US, this will be in its 11th house. Mars is the lord of its 5th house and its 12th house, indicating losses in entertainment, industry, and anger from its alliances. The will of the people, gains from other nations, will also be affected. The moon is the lord of the 8th house, and some of these alliances may help them to go to war, and some will have to die off. Canada. This is conjunct its natal Saturn. When we have a Mars-Saturn conjunction, it can be very difficult. This will affect the country as a whole, its reputation, Trudeau, the people, and the homeland. The 7th house is open warfare, its public enemies. There will be problems with international disputes, international affairs, the opposition party, conservatives, foreign trade, and crime. India. This will conjunct its Jupiter in the 6th house. The 6th house is civil services, armed forces, military service, strikes, labor forces, debt, medical services, accidents. This will all have to be transformed, die out, or there'll be many issues and conflicts in these matters. This will directly affect the people, its alliances, or create losses or hospitalizations. This can be due to warfare, international disputes, or public enemies. So that's just a little bit of what I see happening. I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.